Hey guys, the next announcement for Agile.nx version 8.0 software update to release introduces two features that target improving user experience during app development. The first feature is called Save Activity to Dictionary, which promotes reuse of already configured activities and is a frequently requested feature. This also facilitates more advanced developers to configure more technically involved activities and share it with the citizen developers to just drag and drop on App Canvas. The second feature is called Start Activity, which allows process developers to save their frequently used activities into a separate activity group for faster access. These features will play an important role in cutting down application development time. Let's look at these features in action. So I'm in my Agile Point development environment. I'm going to click on App Builder. I'll open a process model. The first feature we are going to look at is Save Activity to Dictionary. Now this feature works for both human activities as well as system activities. However, it would be more applicable for system activities because human activities most likely you are not going to reuse across applications. So let's look at two system activities in this process model. The first one is create data entity, the second one is delete data entity. Now, assuming I had a need of using this one in a child process as well, I can just save it for reuse so that I don't have to waste time reconfiguring it, or I can even reuse it across different applications. Or maybe I'm a more technical developer, I have configured it and I want to share it with my citizen developers, I can do that as well. So in this case, I'm going to click on the gear icon over here. I can click on either save or save as. If I click on save, it will save it with the same name. With save as, I can give it a different name. So I'm going to do save as. I'm going to give it a name, create vehicle request. I can give it a description, and then I'm going to define my sharing rules. So I can either keep it as a private that only I can reuse this activity, or I can share it with everyone else in my tenant. So I'm going to do just me for the first activity, create vehicle request. So now the moment I click on save, a new stencil starts appearing over here called saved activities. It's shown at the top, and those are available for me to drag and drop and reuse. I'm going to do the same thing for the second one, delete vehicle request, but this time I'm going to share it with everyone in my tenant. So now I have two activities showing up for me. So if I switch my browser over here, I'm logged in as a different user. I'm going to open a process model, go to saved activities. You can see the one which I marked as shared with everyone is showing up for this user. The other one is not showing up because that one I marked as private. Going back to my original browser over here. Now I can always manage these activities as well. For example, on this one, maybe after saving, I wanted to update some of the configuration. For example, if you see in the original one, this field is not populated. I'm going to map this field, click finish. And once I'm done, I can always click save and the instance gets updated. So if I now drag and drop this again as a new instance, you can see the new changes which I made are carried over as well. So I can maintain it over time. Now, as far as maintaining the stencil itself, I can always decide to come over here and delete it. Since I was the one who saved it, the first instance create vehicle request was a private activity. I can just go ahead and click delete. For the one which I shared with everyone else, either the person who saved the original configuration, which was me in this case, or anyone who belongs to administrator's role who has the add, remove, and modify global application resources permission assigned to that role can delete this activity. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it because I was the one who saved it. It gives me a warning. Once I delete it from the stencil, it's only getting deleted from the stencil. If there is any process model where I have used it, it will continue to work. It's just no more available for reuse. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and the stencil, because there's no more activities left in the saved activity stencil, the stencil goes away. So that is how the save activity to dictionary feature works. Similarly, as an app designer, when I'm designing applications, there are often times when I feel that I use certain set of activities a lot more compared to other activities. And instead of having to click on the plus button over here, drilling down into each of these stencils, I want them to be available faster to me. So what I can do is I can go over here, create a record, for example, and mark it as starred activity. The moment I do that, a starred activity stencil starts appearing with the activities which I feel I use frequently, and I've marked it for faster access. Let's do one more. Let's go to say digital signature, click one of the Adobe Sign activities over here. So you can pick activities from across stencils and mark them as your favorite, and then it is available for faster drag and drop instead of having to search through the various stencils. Similarly, you can unstar them as well. So if I go over here, I can say there's no more needed to be shown in my start activity stencil, or I can even do it from within the primary stencil as well. So create record over here shows that it was a start activity. I can go and uncheck it. The moment I remove all start activities, the stencil disappears. So these two enhancements, they are more targeted towards improving the user productivity as such, and also it helps some of the new users onboard onto the platform faster. Thanks a lot for your time.